So the liberal media did it again, taking Pope Francis out of context. Recently, a reporter asked Pope Francis, so what about parents of gay children? So all the reports, CNN, New York Times, NBC, ABC, they all reported, oh, the wonderful liberal Pope Francis said, well, you shouldn't shun your child, you shouldn't condemn your child. Every child deserves a loving family. So the media used a different tactic this time. Usually they report what someone said in private that contradicts everything the church stands for and contradicts what Pope Francis says in public. Like, for example, the man, he said supposedly that hell doesn't exist, and then 2 weeks later he did a homily about hell and told the mafia in Italy that they were going to hell unless they repented. So that's normally the tactic that the media uses. This time they used a different tactic. They only told half of what he said. And because I'm a news freak and I go through the trouble of reading every liberal newspaper out there and every conservative paper, I'm able to find this. So I do this so you don't have to. You can just watch me and see what's really out there. And this is what I found. Pope Francis' second part of the statement was, and it's different on the age of the child. If it's a young child, psychiatric care can help. If it's someone in their 20s, it's a little more difficult. So basically, he was given the church's position that this isn't a good thing to be homosexual. So the LGBTQT, XYZ, whatever they are now, they add a new initial every day, was offended and surprised because they believe this narrative that the media had about Pope Francis for years, that he's pro-homosexual. So why is this even important? Because right now there's a battle in the church to some want Pope Francis to resign, some really upset with him, and the media is portraying this as the conservatives against the liberal Pope Francis. And reality is Pope Francis is as conservative as it comes. I consider myself a conservative Catholic, and I'm just as conservative as Pope Francis. Who wants to get rid of Pope Francis are the legalists. And the media is so ignorant of things of God and things of the church, they don't know the difference. They think the tone in the way we talk makes us, just like in politics, if you talk mean and nasty, they call you a conservative. If you talk nice and respectful, they call you a moderate, even if both of your positions are conservative. I mean, John McCain was more conservative than Trump in his policies, but look at the difference in the way they're treated because the way they talk, basically. But that's a whole different story. So Pope Francis has always supported the church's position, which is biblical. Everything the church supports is biblical, because if you watch any of my other videos, I prove the Catholic Church is who gave us the Bible. So we're not going to contradict the Bible. So he's a conservative Bible-believing Christian. He's a conservative Catholic, but he follows the model of Jesus and treats everyone with respect and loves everybody. He loves his enemies. He loves his neighbors as himself. And when people gossip behind him by his back, he doesn't engage in that. When someone says, oh, Pope Francis told me God made me gay, to the media, he doesn't say, oh, no, I didn't. He just goes about his business, being a godly example for the church. So the difference between a legalist and a conservative is the legalist is motivated by rules and laws, and the conservative is motivated by love. But what makes him a conservative is he embraces the teachings of the church for 2,000 years, and he embraces the teachings of the Bible. So don't be fooled by the media. Pope Francis is a conservative, Bible-believing son of the church. God bless.